What do you want? Just came to say GG? Okay, good game. Little busy trying to figure out what I'm doing with the wall, okay? You ever feel like you're too superstitious? How dare! You spend more time with this wall than you do your girlfriend. I don't see what that has to do with anything. I once watched you drink an entire handle of Crown during one Bruins game for the boys. Well, it was Saturday, and it was for the boys, so... In 2019, you watched the 2004 film Miracle 62 days in a row because you thought it helped the Bruins win. I should have watched it twice before Game 7. You have a problem. It's only a problem if we don't win. Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. Not a dub, but hey, think about it this way. Shit. Does that just stay in it? Should that just stay in the episode? I lost my train of thought. I feel like a genius right now. Because if you watch the round one preview, almost everything I said happened. Like this guy, the brain capacity over here, gonna toot my own horn. Am I happy about it? Nope. But it came down to finishing, finding a mismatch, and not getting plowed over by the stall line. And we didn't finish, we couldn't find a mismatch, and we got plowed by that stall line. Fudge! But hey, it's game one, and this was not a 5-1 game. Not to me, at least. This was a tightly fought battle where, again, the Canes capitalized when they had chances, and the Bruins did not. Do I feel like the Canes deserve to win that one? Yup, I do. But I don't think if we play that way for the entire series that this is going to be a 4 or 5 game series. I think we can really put some pressure on this team. So let's talk about this game and let's feel good about the effort we got, knowing that there's adjustments to be made, knowing that last year we lost game 1 of the first round to the Capitals and then ripped off 4 straight. I mean, come on. It's game 1. It's game 1. Who gives a shit? Not me. Not this guy. Let's all take a deep breath. Actually, I'm going to give you a visual for this. Here we go. Ready? Don't you feel better? I certainly do. The pregame, what are we going to talk about here? Anderson's not good to go, but other than that, they're a healthy squad. Ranta's in net. He's been very capable behind a very good defense. There were huge portions of this game where we could not put the pressure on Ranta because that defense was so solid in front of him. We're going to talk about this. This team kicked our ass this year in the regular season. They just smoked us. But it's the playoffs. So now it's time to turn over a new leaf, even though, yes, technically they kicked our ass in this game too. But that's okay. That's okay. Omar's going to get to start his first playoff game ever. And you know what? Yes, the stats don't back me up on this, but if you watch the game, oh man, did he have a hell of a game through at least the first 40. Man, did he make some massive saves for us. He was very good. I don't think he's shaken. I'd be pretty surprised if we went away from him for game 2, but we'll see what Cassidy decides. We'll talk about that too. The lines in this game are going to be exactly what we expected. We have the Bergeron, Marchand, DeBrusque. We have the Hall, Howla, Pasternak. We have the Frederick, Coyle, Smith, and Foligno, Nosek, Lazar. Very expected. McAvoy, Lindholm, your top pairing. The Grizz-Carlo pairing, which I thought we would get a little better results out of tonight. And then your Forbort-Clifton pairing. I don't think any one of those lines change. The only person that is in a little bit of a risky spot, I'd say, would be Clifton, just because he is the 6th D. Like, that's just kind of where he's at. So if they want to change it up, you look there. Or Frederick, because he got annihilated this game. He had a couple good moments, but most of all, he got fucking wrecked. And it was not pretty. As far as scoring chances go and defensively, he was tuned up. Something I did not expect. But again, we'll get there. One thing before we do the puck drops. One thing. Like, comment, subscribe is the first thing. It's actually two things. Nailed it. Two things. Second thing. The amount of people that tagged me in things or DM'd me things. Now, I like being tagged in things and DM'd and everything about the game. Like, that's fine. I'm not a good responder during the game. I'm very zoned into what's going on. I don't like to be texted on the phone during the game. Most of you, I think, if not all of you, very much know that if you're one of those who messages me. But the negativity shit, like, you can complain about stuff, but if you message me, this team blows Canes in 5, buddy, I don't want to talk to you. Like, how is that something that I want to respond to? Like, we just started, man. So if you're one of the people who sent me a message like that, like, give your head a shake, man. Come on. Let the series play out a little bit. If you want to be upset, be upset. But don't expect an answer on that kind of stuff. Just don't. I don't enjoy it. Oh, third thing. I said 3 things in the beginning. The wall is going to change. The wall is going to super change. I think we have to include all the playoff teams like we did last year, mix it in a little bit, and specifically choose Bruins jerseys to place strategically on the wall. It's just got to be that way. Steen was our sacrificial lamb for game 1. I have DeBrusk being a very important jersey of mine. Obviously, the Moog, I wasn't going to break that out game 1. It felt too premature. So I wanted to go with the Steener, but just did not get what needed to getting. So this guy's going to go take a nap for a little bit. We'll figure out the next one. Let me know what I should wear for game 2. I do not think it's time for Moog or DeBrusk, which those are usually my 2 pivotal jerseys. So you guys decide on this one. Puck drops! And 3 minutes in, I'm already sweating a lot. And fourth line is going to have a really powerful forecheck. Honestly, the first 10 minutes, we committed heavily to getting on the forecheck on time. And we did this throughout the game, but there was moments where it lapsed. The Canes are a faster team than us. And look, they have better endurance than we do too. They might just be a better team. Doesn't mean we can't win this series. But they have a very powerful forechecking, grinding down the Canes, and Shea is going to clear the puck over the glass as he panics. We're going to go to the power play. And this kind of threw everything in whack for me. Because no dice on the power play, but it looks great. I think we had 3 or 4 shots on net. We have real scoring chances. Can't believe the puck doesn't go in on a couple of them. But the power play looked like it was getting back to what it should be. We end up with 3 power plays in this game, I think. 3 or 4, actually. 3, I think. And the other 2 power plays were fucking dog water, man. They were awful. They were terrible. Ugh. I'm going to point out a couple moments in this game that I think are important, such as the how did that not go in moment. As the power play expires, we have a transition into the zone, which results in Smith at the top of the slot getting a great look, open shot, fires, it squeaks to Ranta, but we can't punch it in. It gets cleared out off the goal line. Not quite the goal line. I'm being exaggeratory, but it gets cleared out behind Ranta. We need it. I said it when it happened. We need those to go in if we're going to win this series. And we have like 8 of these moments in this game, and none of them go in. 30 seconds later, Ranta barely holds onto a puck on the next chance. 4 more on Clifton, both with great looks. He gets a quick whistle. He gets a couple quick whistles to start this one. We're 6 minutes in. Shots are 9-1. And you feel not good. The team's showing that it can play with the Canes. Great. But all season, we have talked about how teams weather the storm in the very beginning. We can't squeak one through, and we are way better than them for a portion of the game, and we just never put a puck in the net. Finishing and finding a mismatch. Couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. And when we have an infuriating and scary moment. 7 minutes left in the period. Mad scramble in front of Olmark. The puck for initial save. It's after a turnover. Initial save is made by Olmark on the left pad. And then it trickles across his body. And it looks like for a second that he gets a glove on it. No whistle comes. And I'm pissed. Because as this is happening, I'm watching, and it looks like the puck's covered for a moment. The ref is behind Olmark, so there's no way he sees the puck. But he's not blowing the whistle, even though Ranta's been getting quick-ass fucking whistles when he can't hold on to the puck on the other end of the ice. Either way, puck trickles all the way across to the right pad, and Stahl just spears the pad to allow the puck to go over, and they are going to wave off the goal. You get scared for a second that they're going to allow it. They wave it off. Goaltender interference. Very, very clearly, obviously, I don't even know how you make an argument against this. You can't spear the pad to move it to allow the puck to go in. And then Kane's Twitter. Look, I don't like Vegas's Twitter for the most part, although the puppy stuff does kind of get me because I like dogs. Kane's Twitter, oh God, they post this. I think they were trying to make a joke. Oh, they posted that you couldn't reply to it. Sorry, that was the joke they were making. Like, reply to this. You couldn't reply to it. To insinuate that no one knew what goaltender interference is. Here's the problem. All it did was highlight how fucking stupid they are. That is not something they consider to be goaltender interference. That backfired a little bit. And people were like, oh man, that's so funny. Look at the Canes. I'm like, yes, look at the Canes clearly showing that they don't actually know about the sport they fucking cover. Oh, their social media team took a fat L on that one. Kind of like the fat L we took on the ice. So, I guess that evens out, right? Right? Oh, I would have rather taken the social media L. 1 minute later, Haula is going to go for holding, penalty kill time. A very good kill, didn't allow a shot. And then 3:18 left of the period. Bergeron has his stick on the ice next to a Canes player and he falls down. So that's tripping. That was an egregious call. Really, really bad one. It's a massive kill, largely thanks to Ullmark with some great saves. It's 0-0 to end the first. And it's 0-0 in the sense where, yes, you were frustrated that the Bruins couldn't get one in, right? They were the better team through the period. But you also got speed bagged by this team several times earlier in the season. 0-0 out of the first, you weren't super disappointed about. You're like, okay, this is still a real competitive game. Second period start. Canes controlling play. When Boston has possession, it's no real threat. That goes for the first 6 or so minutes. We have possession in their zone, but we are just flinging, and it got really bad in the third period. We're just throwing the puck over on the net. And Ranta is giving up tons of rebounds, but no one is in front of him to punch it in. And I was just talking to my buddy, Knuckle Puck. He's a big Canes fan. I was talking on the phone with him after the game. And he said what I was thinking. Every time I was just waiting for someone to be there to punch the puck in. But the Bruins never had anyone there. And I went back and I tried to watch a little bit of this, tried to pay attention to this during the game. It's not like they were forcing our guys out physically. No one tried to get there. We kept our perimeter play going, but no one went to the front of the net. That was a choice. A bad choice. 8:15 into the period. Freddie gets tripped. Don't love this call either. Don't love it. It's a little leg-on-leg contact, but it looks like two guys colliding to me. I did not like this call. But hey, we're going to take the power play, and hey, we are dog water. Terrible. It's so bad. 6 minutes remaining of the period. And again, how does it not go in? That's going to be our third how does it not go in moment. Foligno with a spin and fire from the wall. Lazar gets the tip to get it to Nosek in the slot, and Nosek fires center net. Nice save by Ranta. Sure, maybe he was trying to go 5-hole. Buddy, you have an entire side of the net. Like an entire side. Puck was coming fast, I get it. But god damn it. Just bury one. Bury one. We got to be a little opportunistic. We got to get a couple of these in the goal. And at that point, right, 6 minutes left of the second period, I felt like the first goal might not decide the game, but the first goal was going to decide the game. It really was that tightly fought. Whoever got that first one, major advantage. And it does not take long for us to get another chance and really get my hopes up. 4:30 left. It's a cross crease, Lindholm with a beautiful play. This was immaculate. To McAvoy, who's also coming down the left side, and he just can't get the puck on net. Goes wide. He had all sorts of net to shoot at. Can't get it on net. A minute later, and it's going to be floodgates too, but a minute later, Canes set up in our zone, and it's just a puck cycling around and around and around. And it gets to the right point, and Slavin into the mess in front of Ullmark. And Jarvis, who just has too much time and space, not getting bullied in the slot, he's there, gets the tip, beats Ullmark glove side, 1-0. I say floodgates because less than 2 minutes later, there's a $1.22 left of the period. And again, the Canes set up. And again, it's just cycling the puck. And this is against our top line, by the way. This is against the Bergeron line. And as they're cycling the puck, there's a lot of movement in front of Ullmark. Ullmark stays with it as best he can. But Niederreiter from the top of the right circle. And he just flings this on net. And it gets through a whole mess of bodies. Beats Ullmark glove side. It's 2-0 just like that. Just after a couple minutes of a tightly fought game, 2 goals, back-to-back. We're not out of this game. We're not. We're going in the third, down 2 goals. You just need a quick one. And 3 minutes in, that's what we get. And let's get dirty. This was what we needed to do. It wasn't, we still needed to do more of it and get closer to Ranta. But it's McAvoy behind Ranta's net fighting for a puck. Just getting physical with the boys. Howlett comes in, collects, throws it up the slot. I don't even know if he knew anyone was there to get it. Hall has to go knee down, shovel shot, knuckle puck. And it somehow squeaks through Ranta. It's 2-1, 3 minutes into the third. This game is back on. Down by 1. 6 minutes in. Hall hits the post. He dekes into the zone. He's got 3 defensemen in front of him. Just puck handles, flings it off the post, blocker side. And you know what? I don't know if we were that close to tying the game because I think if that was the half inch in it needed to be, I think Ranta makes a save. I think he's there. But still, it makes you wonder. Shortly after, Hall takes the offensive zone and just fires the puck from the right side, high. It wraps all the way around, and Grizz goes for the pinch. And there's 2 Canes on top of him, so he loses that. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Tara Vinan's going to receive a perfect pass. Carlo doesn't have a chance. Ullmark doesn't have a chance. There's a sniperoonie and cheese top blocker. It's 3-1. Kind of fell over there. But hey, still like 10, 11 minutes left. 12 minutes. I don't even remember what the time frame is here. But we have more than half the period left. We can still do this. 10 minutes remaining. This is your fourth how does it not go in moment for you. Just rant it down, pile in front of the net. Smith opts. Don't get it. Smith is going for the puck. It's loose. And he opts, instead of flicking it backhand, trying to get it over Ranta, opts to try to get it onto his forehand. Gets interfered with. Puck gets moved away. Coyle cannot beat Ranta plus the defenseman behind him at a sharp angle shot. We're going to get the power play. And it's fucking awful. To the point where it's inexcusably bad. Can't even take the zone. And all momentum was over. It was done right there. Over. The game was over. We did not have a good enough push after this. 4:30 left. Ullmark, huge save. Huge save on Brady Shea to keep us within 2. We're still sort of in it with that. I just want to point it out. It was a breakaway. It was a good save. And then 3 minutes left. The Prius. Most of you will know the Lambo Prius jokes that have been going back and forth. Marchand called himself a Lambo to Trocheck's Prius, but Trocheck's Prius team keeps winning, so who's really getting the last laugh there? But Trocheck down the left side, past the red goal line, goes off the back of Ullmark and in. Fuck, was it cool. It was so cool, man. Like, I can't even. It was so cool. 4-1. It's going to be 5-1 by the end of it because Fetch is going to get the empty netter. I think the score's misleading. I think it was closer than that. But that's game. I believe Freddie got 2 and a 10 at the end of the game. A 10-minute misconduct with a 2-minute. I think he did. It was like 6 seconds left. I don't honestly have to. Here, hold on. I'll just check. Yeah, with 7 seconds left, Trent Frederick got a roughing call and a misconduct. They just got into it at the end. It is what it is. But game notes! Let's relax. It's a tough way to start a series. Don't get me wrong. But a series isn't over until you lose at home. And we have a chance. I mean, I know we're the away team, right? So it is over before then. But we win one of these games in their building, you feel a lot better. Look, we didn't get the bounces in this game. And we did not get in front of Ranta enough. That's my big complaint there. Get in front of Ranta or Anderson or whoever it is. Because this team has a finishing problem. And the only way to fix finishing is to get the greasy goals that you don't need to be a good finisher for. Get someone inside of the slot. I don't know why that's not just way more obvious. Like, what am I missing? Why are they not doing it? Something that was interesting. This team committed to the forecheck, which we should. But they also recognized, except for a couple times with the defenseman, recognize if we weren't going to get there in time, back it up. We would rather have stacked the neutral zone than have a failed forecheck that was a transition the other way, which I thought was very well played. It's how you have to play against a team that's faster than you and a little more talented than you. We have to stifle them in the neutral zone and get possession back, go back into the offensive zone. It's the only way to do it. And I thought we did that really, really well for most of the game. Fourth line, really good about getting the puck deep, really good about gaining possession. But other than the 2 scoring chances that I thought they really had, they would keep possession in there and just not be able to even get it in front of Ranta. It was crazy. And that's why it also turned into, near the end of the game, players just spinning and throwing it at the net hoping for something, which is not a way to score goals. The power play is inexcusably bad. It needs a change. I don't know if that's personnel. I don't know if that's Cassidy completely taking over for Sacco. I don't know if that's already happened. But Jesus, inexcusably bad. Inexcusably. Speaking of inexcusably bad, we need to win some face-offs. Bergeron had a 40% face-off win percentage. Stahl, his main opponent, now these numbers aren't going to add up perfectly because he wasn't the only opponent, his main opponent has 73% face-off percentage. Stahl line shut down the Bergeron line. We talked about this. If you're going to lose that matchup or even that matchup out, you need to find a different matchup that you can win. But unfortunately, third line got caved. Freddie in particular could not handle his side of the ice at all. Second line didn't do enough. They really didn't do enough. And then the fourth line, you're not going to win a matchup with your fourth line. You're just not. At best, you get offsetting. You need to find a matchup you can win. And maybe it takes being home for that to happen, but you got to win a game on the road. You got to win a game without that second change advantage. One of the most disappointing notes is every time I feel like we had a scoring chance, it felt like it was one and done. Save was made, puck was cleared. Every time. That just goes back to not enough pressure. Not enough pressure on Ranta. Just not enough. Carlo and Grizz, they allowed 2 goals against, both of which were pretty much on them. Do I think this pairing's bad? No. Do I think they have actually a lot of upside, especially offensively? They really do get the puck on net pretty well. I want to keep them together, but there was a lot of concern there because I thought that pairing would be better than what we got tonight. All in all, game 1 of a series that should be awesome. This game was really fun to watch. It was really good. It just didn't go our way. And that's disappointing, and I'm right there with you. But God, just game 1. Like, we're right back to it Wednesday. We expected this to be an uphill battle. We knew this was going to be tough. You win this series, you give yourself a good chance to get to the finals. That's what I believe. This might be the hardest test in the East for us. This series isn't over. It's not over. Go Bees!